Okay po, so good afternoon to all TB1. Ayan po, no? So again, welcome to my class. And I will be your teacher in teaching and assessment of grammar. So I will not be opening my camera because, the face is not required in teaching. Okay? So may mga students, you're required, pero kami mga teachers, hayaan nyo na yung lesson lang ang ating mapag-focusan. Ano? Okay, so let's start with a prayer. Okay, let's close our eyes and bow our heads. Heavenly Father, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa pagkakataong ito, Lord God. Lord, remind us of how blessed we are that we have the opportunity na makapag-aral, Panginoon ko. Bless the rest of the students and as well as their family. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. Ayan po. So let's start with a very short orientation. So let me pull out my PowerPoint. Ayan. So this is our class orientation for the school year. No, this is a mistake. School year 2022 to 2023. Okay po. Ayan, so congratulations. You're already 3B1. Konting tadyak na lang. Ayan, graduate na kayo at magiging mga teacher na. Okay, so again, I'm Miss Sheena May Anasakula. So I'm an instructor 1 and I'm 26. I graduated from Cavite State University main campus with a bachelor's degree of secondary education, major in English, and I passed the licensure board examination last September 2019. Okay? So kung kinaya ni ma'am, kaya nyo rin, no? Kung ano si ma'am ngayon, in the future, kayo rin. So just embrace the process and God will bring you into the career or into your dreams according to your faith and according to your plan. Kung ano yung gusto nyong, kung ano yung plinano nyo sa prosesong to at kung ano yung mga, kung ano po yung plano din ng Panginoon para sa inyo, okay? Ayan. So our subject is teaching and assessment of grammar. So our schedule will be every Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. Ayan. So we will be using Google Drive and Google Meet rather than Google Classroom. Ayoko ng Google Classroom kasi I have a conflict on using it because my system has a problem and at the same time, may mga leak pa rin ng pangungopia even sa Google Classroom. So yun, mas okay sa akin ng Google Drive, no? Kasi hindi nyo alam pero sa Google Drive, nade-detect po ang ang Gmail account ng mga student na nagbubukas ng file ng iba. Okay? Ganun siya. And then we're going to use Google Meet on our online class. Okay? So during online class, so we will be meeting 1 to 2 synchronous meeting per month, but I'm not sure about that kasi mas preferred ko ang recorded discussion. Bakit? Para mababalikan natin, para po meron kayong mga resources kahit na kayo ay magtapos na ng 3rd year. Okay? Nasa YouTube lang lahat ng mga videos ni ma'am. 15 minutes late only during synchronous class, open camera, talk when necessary, wear proper attire or uniform, and use a good background. Okay? Next, all concerns refer to group chat in Messenger. Ayaw ko po na pini-PM ako unless I said in our GC na you have to send me PM ASAP. Okay? And then, I will be assigning class monitor. Okay po? And opo, we are going to have an English policy in our class since you are English major and this is an English subject. Okay? And what I am teaching you and I will be teaching you is according to the syllabus that the Smart City College provided. Clear? Okay. So what are our requirements? We have the midterm exam, final, output, oral presentation in attendance, and the other class requirements are the quizzes and recitations, group and individual presentation, essay, reflection paper, and assignment. Okay po. For our grading system, your midterm and final are both 20%. Weekly output or activity 40%, e-portfolio project that is 20%. So weekly output and activities that includes your attendance. Okay po. So do you have any question? If you have any question with regards our orientation, please refer to our group chat and ask me anything you want. Clear? Okay. Okay, so let's go through our topic for today's video. Char. Okay. So we have the teaching and assessment of grammar. Okay po. And so what are the topic lessons, or what are we going to discuss this afternoon? First thing is about the grammar. What is grammar and what are the things that we have to learn about grammar? Number 2, introduction to linguistics. And lastly will be speech sound. So let us discuss first the grammar. So sabi dyan, grammar is the rule by which a language operates, and therefore the implicit knowledge that speakers of that language have, which makes them competent to use the language. Also, this is an account of the rules. Okay po? So, based on the definition, whenever 3B1, no, we say grammar, simply it is the whole system and is structure of the language or of language in general. So when we say grammar, that is the system of a language. Okay po? Ibig sabihin ng system ng language kung paano siya ginawa, paano siya mag-operate, paano siya gamitin, no? What are the parts? That is what we call grammar. Maraming tao, no, they interpret language has a different rule. Okay? But the real one is that language has only one rule to follow, and that is called grammar. Okay po? So what does it rule? Ano ba yung rule ng grammar? Grammar, it rules the language, governing its sounds, the words, the sentences, and other elements, as well as their combination of interpretation. Now, there is a question, 3B1, no, na narinig ko one time sa discussion namin nung college kami, na ang language daw pa ay possible without grammar. Okay po? Possible daw po ba ang language ng walang grammar? So, matututunan natin yan sa dulo ng aaralin po natin. Okay, so let's continue. Ayan, so first thing that we should understand is that when we say linguistics, okay, that is the name of a subject. Okay, when we say linguistics, actually, that is a study. Ibig sabihin, that is a title. Okay, therefore, that is a subject, that is a noun. Linguistics. Therefore, when we are going to use it in a statement, we should take it as singular. No? Linguistics is important. Okay po? Not linguistics are important. Okay po? So that characterize a singular noun. That characterize a singular subject. Linguistics. Di po siya linguistic. Malinaw? Okay, wait lang po . Okay, let's continue. So what is linguistics? Sabi dyan, linguistics is the scientific study of language, its structure, and meaning. So linguistics is not a language. Okay, 3B1, malinaw. But linguistics is the study of language. Systematically, it is tinatawag or sinasabing scientific study of language. What was marked by scientific? Paano po ba pag sinabing scientific, 3B1? So when we say or see a scientific study in a definition, kapag nakakita tayo ng mga ganong salita na scientific study, scientifical study, okay, it denotes it denotes that it use scientific method. So when we say scientific method, what it does not indicates, wait lang po hindi siya about sa isang opinion, sa isang advice, sa isang idea lamang ng isang tao. But when we say scientific method, listen to this, it is an objective type of study, meaning to say that the study is based on the inquiry. It is based on facts. It is based on the legit basis, no? Therefore, it should not be subjective, meaning it do not impart or take personal opinions, hearsay, or personal judgment. So when we say scientific study, it undergoes scientific process so that people will gain legal knowledge and true basis, no? So on linguistics, hindi siya bastang sinabi ng isang tao, no? It is based on the history, it is based on facts, it is based on inquiry, and it goes through process for it to found out that it's true, that it's legal, no? So that is scientific study, and that is linguistics, okay? Now, okay, let us move on to the branches of the language. When we say language, it has different forms or use, okay po? And it has three fundamental dimensions. So these are the three. We have sounds, we have structure, and we have the meaning. Nakikita naman natin sa PowerPoint po ano. Okay? So we make sound out of language to make a specific meaning. How could our sound be understood? No? We should have structure. Okay po? So that our language be correct in usage. Ulitin natin. How could be the sound be understood? We should have structure. It unders the morphology and syntax, which we will be discussing later. No? So we should have structure so that our language will be correct in usage. So through the help of sound and correct structure, now we could now form a meaning. Okay po? So the study of sounds has its two focus. Dito muna tayo. Okay? That is phonetics and morphology. So what is phonetics? So sabi po dyan, phonetics is the study of individual sounds including their production, reception, and physical properties. Okay, to understand, when we say phonetics, review 1, it is the study of how sounds are produced. So how sounds are received and what are the physical properties of sounds, no? For example, we use the word or the sound pa. Okay po? Pa. Yung syllable po na pa, sapat. Okay? So, ang tawag po doon ay phonetics. So, we know that it is an individual sound. Tama po? Because we take it by syllable. It is an individual sound, and how it is produced, how it is received by the one you are talking, each physical properties, that is what we call phonetics. Okay po? For example, we have the word ba. We have another word or syllable na. Okay? And then another na. Okay? So that indicates the sounds, the phonetic sounds of banana. Ba, na, na. So that is phonetics. Naintindihan natin? Okay, so now we have the articulatory phonetics. That is the study of how words are produced. Okay po, tandaan natin yan. When we say articulatory phonetics, that is the study of how words are produced. Next, when we say auditory phonetics, these are the study, or this is the study of how sounds are received. When we say articulatory, this is the study of how words are produced, and auditory is the study of how sounds are received. Now, let's go through the phonology. Okay, so sabi dyan, phonology is the study of the different sounds and the way they come together to form speech and words. Okay po? So when we say phonology, para mabilis po tayo, it is the study of how sound are combined to form speech or word. Okay po? So that is a definition of phonology. For example, wait lang po. Okay, so for example, the sound pa, a, t, okay? When combined, we have the word pat. Okay po? Be very clear, no, about it. When we say phonetics, this is the individual sound. And when we say phonology, that is the study of sounds are combined. That is phonology po, no? So when we pronounce each sound of the letter, for example, the word we have, let me look for it. Okay, we have the word, yung kanina, yung banana, no? So, ang tawag dun sa ba, yung pag, pag-produce ng sound per syllable, per word, hindi siya per word, mali. Pag nag-produce tayo ng sound per syllable, per letter, ang tawag doon ay phonetics. Okay? That is the individual sound. And when we say phonology, ano po ulit? Study of how sounds are combined. For example, we have the phonetics p, a, and t. Okay, now when we combine those three sounds, we are now forming a phonology, which is pat. Naintindihan? So that is phonology. Okay, so let's continue. So now let's go through the structure. We have learned what is the difference between phonetics and phonology. Now let's go through the morphology and syntax. So when we say morphology, that is the study of the internal structure of words and forms a core part of linguistic study today. So when we say morphology, it is not about the combination of sounds, but the formation of words. Tapos na tayo dun sa sound, ngayon naman sa structure. Dun tayo sa formation. Now, how words were combined, how words are put together, that is the job of the syntax. Okay po, intindihan natin yon. Always take note that when we say morphology, everyone, it is the study of formation of words. Now, just simply as formation, but how words are internally formed and structured, that is what we call morphology. No? So it is where the morphemes are put together to form a meaningful unit. So words are consist of morphemes. For example, beauty and full. So there are two morphemes. Always remember that when we say morphology, that is the formation of words. And when we say syntax, sabi dyan, it refers to the rules that governs the way in which words combine to form phrase, clause, and sentence. And syntax now, guys, syntax is the branch of language that deals naman po on how words were put together, how they were arranged in a way that they could form a sentence. Ayan. So, yung morphology, di ba? Yung morpheme that is the, anong tawag doon? Yun daw po yung tinatawag nating pinakamaliit na unit ng language. Wait lang po at nabunot ang aking, ayan, wait lang ha. Okay, I hope that everyone are taking down notes because notes are very important to my subject, like it's required. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue po. Okay, so we have again, ayan, so we have syntax. Ayan, ulitin natin. Pag sinabing morphology 3B1, that is the formation of words. And when we say syntax, that is the branch of the language that deals naman on how words were put together. So kapag usapang isang word lang, kung paano na-form ang beauty tsaka full, ang tawag po doon ay combination ng morpheme. Ang tawag po doon ay morphology. Pero kapag pinagsama-sama natin yung mga words para makapag-form ng phrases, ng clauses at ng sentence, ang tawag naman po doon ay syntax. Malinaw yon? Okay. So, under naman po ng meaning, okay, we're done with sound, with structure. Now, let's go through the meaning. So, we have semantics. Okay? So, sabi dyan, semantics is the study of the meaning of morphemes, words, phrases, and sentences. So, what is semantics again? Ayan, we have another definition here. Semantics is the study of meaning, or more precisely, the study of the relation between linguistic expressions and their meaning. So remember, no, that when we say semantics, that is the study of meaning without considering the social context, without considering the participants, and without considering the situation, the time, or place. Ang tawag doon ay semantic, no? Okay po. Unlike pragmatics, ayan, baba tayo. Unlike pragmatics, that is the study of the context, or more precisely, a study of the way context can influence our understanding on linguistic utterance. Okay? So when we say pragmatics, the context is the key factor or the key word. Meaning it is dependent to the context. Ibig sabihin po, when we say pragmatics, the perception or the attitude of the participants are very important. The place to which the words are being pronounced matters, and other different perspective, no? So example, okay, for example po, no, ang statement natin, he is so cool. So let's study the definition or the meaning based on the two study. Number one, semantics and pragmatics. So analyze natin yung meaning ng he is cool sa pamamagitan ng dalawang to. So when we say he is cool in semantic, he is very nice. Okay? A complement to the person, which is the literal meaning. So that is semantics. And when we say pragmatics, ang ibig sabihin ng he is cool, so pragmatic naman, the positive attitude of the speaker towards the person. Okay? So when we say pragmatic, 'di ba? Pragmatic tayo, guys. 'Di ba? Balikan natin, sabi doon, the keyword is the context. Who is the context? Sino yung idea? Sino po yung pinag-uusapan doon? He, yung lalaki. So when we are going to describe the word cool here, okay, and when we indicate or connect it with the person, he, that is the positive attitude of the speaker towards the person. Ibig sabihin, yung speaker ang nagsasalita describing the person in context. Okay? Ibig sabihin ng context in general. Ibig sabihin ng context in the perspective of someone who is talking. Kapag sinabi namang semantic, diba? Balikan natin, without considering the social context, without considering participants, without considering situation, time, or place. Okay? So he is very nice. Okay po. No? He is not considering who say it. Okay? He is not considering what the school mean, depending, for example, nasa pageant, no? Okay, he is not considering it's semantic. Okay? He is just giving meaning to who is cool in literal meaning. Okay? Or kaya naman pagbibigay ng synonym, pagbibigay ng antonym, yun po ay sa semantic. Okay? So para mas maintindihan natin, I have here a table which differentiate the semantics and the pragmatics. Okay? So when we say semantics, that is the study of words and their meaning in a language. Literal meaning. Balikan natin, sabi kanina, it focuses mainly on the significance of the meanings of words in a literal sense. It studies the literal meaning. Okay, yun yung semantic. And when we say pragmatic, that is the study of words and their meaning in a language with concern in the context. So additionally, it focuses on the meaning of words according to the context and their inferred meaning as well. It studies an intended or the inferred meaning as well. So that is the difference. Okay? Now, I hope that you have understand the language and its three branches, which are its sound, structure, and meaning. So yan po yung tatlo. So I hope you have no questions about these three fundamental dimensions, no? We have sounds, which unders the phonetics and phonology. We have the structure, which unders the morphology and the syntax. And we have the meaning, which studies the semantics and pragmatics. Ulitin natin, when we say phonetics and phonology, when we say phonetics, that is the sound inside a word. No? For example, the word cat, k, a, t, is an example of phonetics. Okay? But when we combine those words, the sounds that we form, which is cat, is now called phonology. Okay po? Now, in structure, we have morphology and syntax. Okay po? So, ulitin natin, when we say morphology, ano po ulit yun? Okay, so when we say morphology, that is the study of the formation of words. Okay po? And when we say kung paano po pinagsama-sama yung, for example, the subject and verb agreement, kung ano yung tama, no, na pagsamahin sa isang sentence, sa isang phrase, no, ang tawag doon ay syntax. But when we're talking about a word, a specific word, ang tawag doon ay morphology, kung paano pinagsama ang beauty, tsaka full, ang every, tsaka one, ano pa ba yung mga compound words na alam natin. Ang tawag doon ay the study of morphemes or the morphology. Basta within the word, morphology. Within the sentence, phrases, ang tawag dun syntax. Okay? Pag sinabi naman natin semantics and pragmatics, when we say semantic, that is on its literal phase or literal meaning. And when we say pragmatic, no, it's based on the context. Ayan. Okay. So now, let's go through the introduction of speech sounds. So this is very short, no? I just want to introduce to you the different words that we have to analyze and the idea that we have to know with regards what composed the speech sound. So we have the speech sounds. So there are 44 speech sounds in English language. So 20 from vowels and 24 from consonants. So when we say so when we say vowels, these are speech sounds produced without obstruction of the flow of air as air moves from the lungs to the outside through the mouth. And when we say consonants, these, in the other hand, are sounds produced with obstruction of the flow of air as air moves from the lungs to the outside through the mouth of nose. Okay? So when we say obstruction of the flow of air, yung tuloy-tuloy. Okay? Pag sinabi daw nating vowel, wala daw obstruction. Ibig sabihin ng obstruction, walang tigil or walang pagharang. Okay? For example, we have a, e, i, o, and u. Not like the consonants which has obstruction. When we say b, k, d. Okay? So, merong harang para hindi makapalabas agad yung air galing sa lungs natin because we are doing movement on our mouth to produce the consonant sound. M, no? No? Napapansin natin? V, w, okay, t. Okay po. So, yan po yung 44 speech sounds. So, meron tayong tinatawag na voiced and voiceless sound. So, a speech sound is said to be voiced if the vocal cords vibrates during its production, and voiceless if the vocal cords does not vibrate. So sabi dyan, all vowel sounds are voiced, some consonants are voiced, and voiceless. So when we can try, no? Sabi dyan, pag sinabing voice, there is a vibration on the vocal cord. So we can put our left or right palm or yung kamay natin sa ating leg, no, to feel the vibration. If it vibrates, it is a voiced speech sound. But when we touch our neck, no, and then we notice on our throat that it does not produce vibration, that is voiceless. So let us try. So we have the voice consonants, which is b, d, g, j, okay, and the rest. Okay, so kung mapapansin natin, there is a vibration. So that is what we call voiced consonant. And we also have voiceless consonant. So try it. Try nyo dyan sa bahay nyo. Ako talaga pag di nyo tinatry yan. So we have ch, f. Okay, so that are the example of voiceless consonants. Okay po. Okay, and we can try as well the vowels. Okay, so yung vowels, all vowels are voiced, no? Okay po. Okay, and then when we say consonants, some of them are voiced, but some of them as well are voiceless. Okay, so if you don't have any question, we're going to have a quiz and the deadline will be next week. Okay, so I hope you have learned today something important, not 3B1, that we could teach to our future students. Okay, so that's all for today. Goodbye everyone, and God bless your whole week.